Finally, the last piece of muscle performance is the speed and power of contractions. When we want to produce or control motion, part of the desired outcome is a fast movement. Once again, we have to go down the anatomy of the contractile unit. We already talked about the myosin being connected to the actin, and there's a portion of it called the heavy chain and also a portion called the light chain. We're going to make this very basic. The myosin wants to contract. Once allowed, it will snap back into a contraction. The challenge then comes with resetting the myosin and actin back to their sort of starting position. This takes energy to do that. This is why rigor mortis happens, right? There's a snapback contraction, but there's no energy to reset because the body's perspired. The energy comes from our old friend ATP, and it happens with an enzyme at the head of the myosin called ATPase. We don't need to understand all these names to get an idea behind what's happening. Mainly the muscle wants to contract, and the contraction is fast. And if they have more heavy chains, because the heavy chains also do a great job of having efficient ATPase enzymes, creates energy to reset. So even more simply, there are some muscle fibers that have thicker, faster myosin on them that can perform faster resets and therefore faster contractions. This is going to determine speed. And this takes us into the concept of different muscle fibers. So comparative anatomy, we'll discuss muscle fiber types a bit more, but now we can at least understand that certain muscles, or people in general, have more specialized muscles for speed. How does power play into this? Well, that's a combination, speed plus strength. This is the idea of physics, right? Power equals work over time. So your strength or capacity will determine your work, and your muscle fiber type can help determine the time it takes to do an activity, the speed. It's important also to point out here that speed and power are probably the most necessary things you can be working on as you get older. You lose muscle mass at roughly 0.5 to 1% a year. Your loss of muscle strength is double or triple that, and your loss of power is triple the loss of strength. This is because with aging, we don't really have a drop off in our slow twitch muscle fibers, but we have a severe drop off with the fast twitch fibers.